about her background and a whole lot more. Will they drop the charges? Let's bring in our legal panel. Former prosecutor Kimberly Guilfoyle, host of FoxNews.com Live. David Schwartz, a defense attorney and a former prosecutor. Kimberly, being the accuser in a rape case is tough enough.
Wow.
It's a horrible, violent sexual act. And it's difficult to prove because it often happens behind closed doors. Do those who cry rape falsely make it difficult for those who are truly the victims of sexual assault?
You really nailed it there, Greg. It's so true. That's the headline for this, because these cases are so challenging for victims to come forward. They feel stigmatized. They feel shame and just the violation of what has happened to them. So many go unreported. And then you have a case like this where it appears this woman, has lied, that there was something else that was going on, that she has a nefarious background, a lot of, improper activity. Of course, it has a chilling effect on others that might come forward and relate their case.
And David, two famous cases come to mind right now. The Duke rape case, in which Crystal Magnon, the accuser, and we have a picture of her, falsely claimed rape and ruined the lives of 4 young men and others on the Duke team. She's now, by the way, behind bars, charged with murdering her boyfriend, stabbing him to death. The other is the Kobe Bryant case. The charges there were dismissed after the accuser admitted lying to police. Do these famous cases make it all the more difficult for true victims?
Absolutely, but I truly distinguish those cases, especially the Duke case. The Duke case was prosecuted and prosecuted and prosecuted for over a year, maybe 2 years, where the DA knew that there were major, major problems with that case. At least here, DA Vance may do the right thing before this case ever gets into the real, true litigation phase of the case. But obviously, false claims have a devastating effect on the system.
I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah. Kimberly, listen, you're a veteran former prosecutor. Was this prosecutor too quick to bring an indictment without properly conducting the important investigation of the accuser?
Yeah, especially given the amount that they said they didn't want him to have bail. There was a big argument over that. Yeah, you could say those words we've heard before, a little bit of a rush to judgment, rush to charge by the district attorney's office, because you do have to know all the players in a case. Sometimes today's victim is tomorrow's villain. So you have to make sure, especially in a case like this that's high profile, you wouldn't expect it to happen in New York.
And you know what, David? In this particular case, Strauss-Kahn, the accuser herself falsely claimed rape. She told authorities she had once been gang raped, and then when pressed about it, she finally confessed and said, "Oh, it's all a lie, I made it up." Does that make her current claim against this man right there difficult, if not impossible?
Oh, I think it devastates the current claim. But I think the issue, as far as the DA's office goes in this case, is when did DA Vance know about this situation? Did he know about it as the arrest was taking place? From what I understand, there was a conflict within the DA's office, and there was a senior assistant DA that didn't want to make the arrest.
Relieved of her position.
Now, in this case, it's different because would we have been able to extradite Strauss-Kahn from France if he did get on that plane and go? And that's why they rushed.
That's a great point. But you see this when you have that kind of internal conflict, politics within the office. I mean, when your end game and your whole purpose is supposed to be justice, you must find out that there is the truth of the matter asserted in terms of the charge, and that you protect, both sides. It's not about winning. It's about getting to the facts and the truth.
In the Abner Louima sexual assault case in New York City, the victim spun some lies. But prosecutors nevertheless went after the cops who had abused him, and they won their case. In this particular case, the accuser, in the Dominique Strauss-Kahn case, she may be a liar, Kimberly, but she may also have been the victim of a sexual assault.
Yeah, we don't know. But now what's so difficult to go forward is she has real credibility issues. But if
Louima did too, and he got beat up on cross-examination.
But there was other evidence.
You can't excuse. You can't excuse if a sexual assault occurred. You're absolutely right. But things have now become incredibly more difficult. You know that their case has gone completely south by the fact that he got released.
But there was so much other evidence in the Louima case. There were the massive amounts of injuries in that case. So that case is completely distinguishable from this situation.
There's no law. I want to switch to a slightly different subject, Kimberly. There's no law that prohibits the media from disclosing the name of the accuser in sexual assault cases. The media does that on their own. And there's a pretty good argument to be made that that is unfair, because after all, the accused name is flashed all over the media. The accuser gets to hide behind anonymity. Is that fair?
Remember, we saw that as well in the Duke case, but then when things kind of went sideways in that case, everybody knew Crystal Magnon's name, as we just discussed it here. I do believe in protecting those that have been at least allegedly the victim of sexual assault until you find out what's going on. It's very important because you can be really scrutinized in your life, taken apart in the press.
You agree with that?
Well, I think there's a fine line. Certainly you have to protect the victim in these cases, but at some point, full disclosure needs to take place.
All right. Kimberly Guilfoyle, David Schwartz, good to see you both. Thank you.
Yeah, great to see you.
Heather?
Well,